Now, according to a new psychological study from Halifax University in Canada, women feel more guilty about falling in love with someone else than actually being sexually unfaithful to their partner. Men are apparently the opposite and feel worse about sleeping with someone else. So is emotional infidelity as bad as sexual infidelity?
No. I mean,
no?
Well, the thing is, if you want, I was emotionally unfaithful. But how many of us can say that?
Hang on a minute. How do you define emotional infidelity, then?
Because...
No touching.
Well, let's get very specific.
We're not touching like you would call it, like she would touch. I'm just saying, a friendship that you had to be with that person because you enjoyed being with them so much.
So what you mean, you did everything but...
I didn't do...
complete jiggy jigs?
I didn't do jiggy jigs.
No, but you did everything but?
No, not
yes,
really.
You did, Sherrie.
No, we used to meet, and it was... it
sounds like a romance, you know,
and
even if you didn't see it, sounds very romantic to me, which is cheating.
Sherrie,
but I didn't do anything.
Sherrie, did you meet secretly without your partners finding out? Therefore, you were unfaithful.
Yeah. No, the thing was, though...
Sherrie, did you meet privately, secretly, without telling your partners?
Well,
Sherrie, did you meet...
Order!
...your partners?
Well, only every now and then, because... but we were out anyway, so we were somewhere else.
But Sherrie, you've been on this show many times castigating ex-partners for their infidelities.
Because I didn't do that.
But isn't that worse?
No, you did. Absolutely, I didn't do that.
If you kept it a secret in any way, shape or form, then that's being
No, I was flirty.
Sherrie, do you not think... You see, I personally think...
You're shouting at
the
me
other
now.
way
You're
around.
shouting at me now.
Don't have a nosebleed again.
Do you think that's worse, then?
No, I think it's much worse. I think that a sexual infidelity can be... I know people have different levels, and I'm not talking for everyone, I'm talking for me. I think that it is much easier to forgive a sexual indiscretion or a sexual infidelity than an emotional infidelity. Well, of course it is, because a sexual infidelity could just be behind a bike shed or something when you're a little bit drunk. I'm not saying it, I'm not condoning it, Sherrie. I'm just saying, I think that I would rather that of my partner than finding that my partner had met someone privately and garnered feelings for that person and voiced their feelings for that person.
And shared a sort of an emotional intimacy.
Because I had a friend years ago who, to this day, has convinced herself that she didn't have an affair, and yet she met this person. She met him privately several times. They would spend hours and hours and hours together. You know who I mean, Lisa Maxwell. And it wasn't her, by the way. I have to say. No, it wasn't her. It was just something we did. And basically, they did everything but
jiggy jigs.
Yeah. Jiggy jigs. Everything but because they didn't do jiggy jigs, because they didn't do that, she thinks that she didn't have an affair, and I think she had an affair from the moment she saw
partners, their respective partners knew nothing about it.
Didn't know about it.
I was too loyal to actually sleep with somebody else, which my partners have slept with other people.
Sherrie, you didn't do the actual ultimate thing, but you did other sexual things
I
together.
went back to my partner. I didn't go on sleep with somebody else.
But it's not the degree of what, you know, physically what you did. What we're saying
is though.
Would you be more freaked out by your partner coming home saying, I've got a bit of a crush on someone at, you know, at work or than if
Definitely. I think if my partner felt that he had to sit me down and tell me about feelings he had for somebody, I'd be mortified. I think, well, he's obviously got something going on that is bothering him and feels like he's being disloyal to me that he's got to tell me.
Yeah.
I have to be honest, either way I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like the physical thing or the feeling.
Not telling you, isn't it?
Well, no, but then also, how do you draw the line? How do you define feelings? Because I've got male friends who I'm very aware of how attractive they are, and I don't have feelings for them. But part of the... I do have an attraction towards them because they have appealing qualities. I have girlfriends that have attractive qualities as well. So it sort of depends, you know, how far you go with it.
But is Paul aware of how attractive you find them then? Do you talk about the fact that you find them attractive?
No, I don't actually, because I think all of my friends are attractive, and the reason they are my friends are because they have amazing qualities that I kind of covet, that I think are attractive qualities. It doesn't mean that I harbour kind of a secret kind of passion.
But I think it's the secrecy that you were talking about that's the most damaging. Name drop, but I once interviewed Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, who've been married for a long time by Hollywood standards and are terribly happy, and asked them sort of, when he's going away on a film set with gorgeous women and you're on a film set for 3 months with gorgeous men, how do you not get tempted? How do you keep it together? And they said that they're very honest and forthright, and he will come back from a film set going, massive crush on Angelina Jolie, massive. And so when he talks about it and they get it out in the open, it kind of pops that little bubble a little bit.
The key to when you know something's going on is when there's loads of people they're working with and it's the one person that they don't mention. That's the one.
Or the one person they don't speak to when you're all together.
When you're all together, that's
they
the
ignore
one.
them.
Well, I think it's better up an alleyway than myself.
Sherrie Hewson!
Exactly.
Well, remember to view all your Loose Women video highlights. Go to our brand new website, itv.com/loosewomen. Got a feeling that might be a highlight next week, Sherrie. We'll take a break there.
Your nose, please.
But in just a few minutes,